Yeah, whether we hustle out this motherfucker, middleman try and cut you out this motherfucker, bang them drums like percussion round this motherfucker. Somehow we gotta, hey listen, my pops was like LeBron working triple.
What's going on, everybody? It's AJ with Opulent Public Relations and Management. We're here with Rod T today, interviewing for the Opulent Living Off Top blog. Make sure you tune in to the blog. Check out the interview, check out the music. He'll let you know where to find him at if you're interested. So first off, I'd like to thank you for coming out, taking time out your day to take this interview. I really want to interview you because I took a liking to your music when I seen it. On top of we from the same state, but they ain't had nothing to do with it for real. The music in itself was enough for me to want to put you out there and let other people get a hold of it. So my first question was tell me about like where you from, type of artist you claim to be, or the lane you want to go in.
I'm from Los Angeles, California, the Coima area. I grew up in the hood. I won't say that I was just the most gangster nigga, but I grew up with gangsters, and I grew up in the street, and I did a lot of observing, I did a lot of partaking, and the type of artist that made me is just one that's one that deals with real life, and one that feels there's a need to talk about what goes on in the hood, not just from a standpoint of the ignorance, but the mental part of it. I grew up on, my favorite artist growing up was Nas, point blank. Even being from LA, even in Cali during the time when California niggas didn't respect nothing on the East Coast. I was a Pac head, of course, but when Pac passed, we needed something else, and I went to Nas. So I always loved the way I felt like I was from New York, being in California, the way he talked about it.
Nas would give it to you like, yeah, I like Nas. He was one of the first East Coast artists I opened up to after the Pac.
Hearing his stories was crazy, and I was like, that's what I want to be. So that's what I took after.
So where were you in life when you decided, I'm gonna take this music stuff serious, working to be a professional, hopefully make my bread and butter off of this?
I always dibbled and dabbled in and out of rap, but when I decided to take it serious, I was probably about 23, 24 years old, honestly, because rap was never number one. It was always like a close second, but the hustle, the actual getting money part was always number one. And dealing with tribulations with that is what caused me to say, okay, I got something to talk about. Where you looking to go with your music?
As far as, you looking to be quote unquote mainstream, you don't have a problem staying underground with a nice following?
Honestly, I'm ready to go wherever God takes me. I just try to keep it as honest in my music as I can, stay humble, keep working. My goal isn't to be famous. It's to be hard working. I really honestly I want to mentor like young people. And I feel like, God gave me the outlet of music to do so. So I'm using that to kind of get to a higher platform. And I feel like I'm going to make it, but as far as like the goal right now, just push this Two-Face project as far as I could take that, just to raise the awareness in the area I'm at. And, let's see where it goes from there.
Let's talk about Two-Face a little bit. Tell us about that project and how it came about. The implications and the meaning behind it, that kind of thing.
Two-Face, I put together. I'm in a group called the Game Boys. I guess it was and that group wanting to hear a lot of solo effort from me because they knew I was killing everything. They knew I had a little bit more to talk about. I actually made a solo track on our Game Boy CD called Moment of Clarity, where I talked about my daughter. I talked about some personal situations, and I made a video to it that just blew up. The video took off, and I just kept hearing, do something solo, and so I just like, okay, let me take a stab at it. And I didn't want to just give everybody something plain, so I actually sat down and was like, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna make it real. So Two-Face is basically like, it's basically my life up until this point. It's It's basically it's a two-part CD. You know, the first 8 songs and the second 8 songs both talk about the same topics, but from a different standpoint. One from a positive side, one from a negative side, just to show you how people go through different mind states when they're dealing with the same situation. Being from, you know, one side talk about women and experiencing, you know, heartbreak, you know, trying to be a faithful, legitimate dude, and the other side just partying, having fun with different women, you know, up until the streets, you know, from how I've seen somebody murdered, you know, just being a victim of circumstance to actually being involved in the ones doing the shooting. You know, I just wanted to give both sides to just give people exactly who I am, so that when you see it, you realize, you know, there is 2 parts to every person, including me, and I just gave it, you know, my life.
So there's a lot of real lifeness, if that's a word, to this.
It's all real life. There's not one fabricated line. There's not one fabricated verse. If somebody were to ask who is Rod T, I really would want them to just know that the well-known person you see wasn't fabricated. You know, like people like me, people buy into me, they respect me because I'm a real person, because I look out for my people, my family, my fans. If you want to take a picture with me, if you want to party with me, if you want to just talk, I'm always there to support my family, my friends, really anybody, man. Anytime I see homeless people or anything, I try to just get money. I really just want people to know that I was more spiritual than about the fame, life, or that part of the music, you know. And if I passed away, what I would want you to know about me was, you know, I was real humble, I was spiritual, you know, I really knew what my purpose in life was. You know, my purpose here is to just shed light on my people, young black people. You know, I love my people, you know, and everything that I got here and moving forward is all because of God. Everything I have is because of God. And I just want you to know that come talk to me, speak to me. I'm humble, I'm cool, peaceful, and that's just what it is. You know, I'm really about this hip hop lifestyle. I want people to know that. You know.
I know some people are going to be wondering, especially coming from music artists, what is exactly the definition of hip hop versus what we see a lot of that people call rap? Is it in the production? Is it in the lyricism? What's the real difference between hip hop and somebody who just raps?
The difference between rap and hip hop is anybody can rap. Everybody can rap. You know, hip hop is more of a elegant form, a lifestyle. It's an elite lifestyle. It's being able to hear a beat and you feel it in your soul, and you can rap freestyle without a beat, without a pad and pen. You know, your stage presence it's got swagger in it. It's got the young black culture in it. You know, hip hop is choosing to be the best you could be at this art form. It's the difference between, you know, an artist drawing on a piece of paper and a Basquiat. You know, it's just like hip hop to me is the lifestyle, the culture, the mind frame. The rap is more the imitation of the culture. So that's
describe your hustle now from where it was when you first started. Like, you know, I'm pretty sure it got to be some growth.
Yeah, definitely. My hustle when I first started doing music, I'm assuming we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
My hustle from music always came from the street, because I hustled before music, and I know how the streets work. It's about offering the best product, you know, at the lowest price, and reaching out to the best, you know, the best quality clientele. So my hustle with the music at first was more about getting seen. You know, I was young, energetic, I liked to freestyle. It was about showing people who I was better than. So I developed my craft trying to be more like a battle rapper. I wanted to show people I was better than them. And now I think my hustle more now is from a positive standpoint. I want to raise awareness with this album. You know, I want people to, when you buy into this album, you buying into a lifestyle. You know, you buying into a state of mind. It's something you can listen to and be like, man, I relate, and I want to be a part of it. You know, I want to support that. That's me. You know, this dude is giving us something that represents us as young black people. You know, so that's what it's about now.
Who were some people that you aspire to work with in the industry? Some people maybe you might have looked up to, older cats, or some people up and coming that you just like, I got to do some work with this person.
As far as people I grew up looking up to that I would love to work with, Nas, I would love to work with Nas. Cam, nobody probably gonna understand that, but I would love to work with Cameron. Cameron was the flyest nigga ever to me, you know, and just they street, you know, presence was cool to me. So if I could work with some legends, I would go with either Nas, Cam, of course Jay-Z. As far as young cats I would work with that I feel like got that talent that I would want to work with, I would have to go with Crit. Big Crit is a real dude, real artist. I think I'll work well with him. Cole, Kendrick, you know, the young independent real artists, you know. So those some cats I wouldn't mind doing some work with, but really I want to just raise awareness with myself, you know, build myself up to where I'm an artist that younger people want to work with, you know.
Drop some game on them.
Number one, no matter what you do in life, especially in music, you got to realize that you're gonna pay out your whole life before you ever see any kind of return. You know, you're gonna spend all your money, all your time, and all your focus into music before you ever see a return dollar from it. You know, so you got to be willing to sacrifice. You got to be willing to spend long nights in the studio, long nights writing the best songs. You know, long nights going out passing your CDs. You gotta be able to see. You gotta be able to take rejection. You gotta deal with, you know, being nervous on stage. You know, but as far as the industry, I feel like, you know, if you're a younger cat or you just getting into the game, don't expect no handouts. You know, build you something ground up for yourself, man. The game is not about friends. It's not about celebrities. It's not about anything but building fans. You want real people to support your music. You want to be able to build your own fan base. You know, build your own buzz, your own hustle. That way you don't owe nobody nothing. And really, honestly, find your goal, your purpose. You know, find you something to believe in spiritually before you take on something like entertainment. You know, that way people get what you're trying to say.
What do you think is the one or two most important elements that someone needs to have or needs to consider before embarking in making hip hop or music a career?
The main thing to consider before you make hip hop a career is you got to realize, you know, hip hop is more like it's kind of like trying to be in the NBA or trying to be in the NFL. It's like 300 people gonna try out and 3 people are gonna make it. So you gotta be dedicated. You gotta know that this is what you're here for. So I would suggest finding out what your purpose in life is before you embark on any kind of entertainment, you know, or any kind of profession that is done by the luck of the draw. It's not a formula. You know, there's no formula for hip hop music. So
this is not a get rich quick?
It's not a get rich quick. You know, definitely not. Especially hip hop music. You know, you can make music being a rapper, but if you want longevity and you want the satisfaction from it, it has to be in your heart, in your soul. I wouldn't even advise trying if it's not, because this is the only profession that involves you invoking the spirit of someone else, another person. That's not, you can't fake that. You can't fake me. You can't make me feel a certain way if I don't feel it, you know, so if you want to, you know, be a hip hop artist, you definitely got to be true to yourself, and definitely you got to perfect your craft. You know, I wouldn't step on the basketball court without feeling like I was LeBron. You know, I want to be the best. You know, if I'm stepping out there, or at least have followed the path of that. So yeah, definitely, if it's something that's your passion, I would suggest working at it, being dedicated, and really prayer. You know, pray to God, ask Him, is this what you're supposed to be doing? And if the answer is yes, then go hard. You know.
Ever had a time when you thought, you know what, this ain't for me?
Yeah, I did.
I'm a quit.
I did. I had a time when I had actually found God. You know, where I felt like, you know, I was in church and I heard a pastor say, if your music doesn't uplift God, then it's of the devil. he said that, I was like, yeah, I make hip hop music. I'm not uplifting guys, so am I making devil's music? You know, it kind of sat with me, and I actually put down hip hop for a while, and I was like, man, I can't do it no more. It's not what it is. But then I realized that, you know, God works differently through all people, and if you listen to my music, it's still uplifting young black people, because it's not telling you to do anything wrong. It's not telling you to do nothing right. It's giving you a perspective. It's giving you something you can learn from, where you can choose to make that choice yourself. And so I do feel like I prayed for this, and I asked God, was this the right thing to do? And he told me, yeah, I gave you a story to talk about so you can talk about it. So talk about it, you know? And that's what I do. So I'll never question it again, you know? Yeah.
I know you being from the background you're from, and you being in the entertainment business, give me like one or two of your pet peeves or the things you hate, like not hate or just dislike that you see go on in the industry.
Things I dislike is fabrication. I can't stand a fake nigga that raps or imitates a culture. Because number one, you're gonna get yourself in a position to get yourself hurt, and you're gonna get somebody else in a situation to get they self hurt. You know, you selling dope and you glorifying it, or you shooting, you say you shooting people and you glorifying it. There might be some young person that feel like that's the route to go, and they're gonna end up hurting somebody else on account of your music, something that you wasn't really about. Or they're gonna end up selling dope to an undercover cop, going to jail, and really seeing what that life is about. If you're gonna talk about it, all the ins and outs of it, you know. So one thing I really dislike is fabrication. I don't like the fabrication I see, but that's really not the artist's fault. That's the people that choose to support it. You know, the dick riders that choose to stand behind it. You know, we gotta stand up and say we don't support that. We don't know him. We can't verify him. We're not listening to that. We're not supporting that. It's up to us to say that. So that bothers me in the game when somebody is quote unquote popular, and then everybody dick rides it and calls it good music when it's really not. So that's one thing that bothers me. Another thing that bothers me about the game, the standpoint we are in Dallas, is, you know, there's a formula out here that's not working. So why keep trying? You know, like do we really want to be known as the ass-shaking city? You know, do we really want to be known as the city that can't rap? You know, let's change it up. You know, let's stop fabricating shit. You know, and get to the real. So those are just things I don't like. I dislike fabrication. If it's a fabricated nigga, I can't be around. I can't be around the fugazi shit at all.
Dig that. I
You know,
definitely
you got the
agree with
Two-Face
that.
project out right now. It's slamming. I suggest all y'all go to Live Mixtapes app. Even if you don't download it, you know, listen, take a peek.
Right.
But what else you got coming out?
Well, what's next? I'm gonna shoot a couple more videos to the Two-Face project. I'm already working on Two-Face 2. It's pretty much almost done, you know. So look out for that. But really, mainly, I got a website, twofaceryt.com. Go there, check out some videos, check out the music. And really, I'm just gonna get involved in doing some more shows and raising some more awareness for the CD. So, you know, just look out for that. You know, Two-Face 2 is coming. I'm probably gonna drop that around my birthday, January 2nd. You know, so yeah, so that's something.
Cool
to look forward
dude.
to.
My son's birthday January 4th.
Yeah, it's Capricorn.
Yeah.
Already.
So where can people find you at? You got a Twitter handle, Facebook, MySpace,
Yeah,
Instagram.
You Google Rod T, Google Two-Face Rod T, it'll pull up the Twitter. My Twitter is @_Rod T. Facebook, Rod T. The website is twofaceryt.com, or you can go to GameBoysTV.com. That's the group I'm in. Instagram, Rod Taliban. So yeah, just Google Rod T. You find me everywhere, man.
Any shout outs you want to give any people that you know might have helped you get to where you at today?
Oh yeah, definitely. Shout out to the Game Boys, my group, Technique, G-True, Eclipse. Shout out to Lil Tony, he on the tape. Shout out to all the real people that supported it, though. Everybody that's just getting involved and, you know, helping me raise the awareness. Shout out to all the real people that's feeling it, really. You know, all the fans and supporters.
Any closing words?
Closing words. fuck with me. I'm here, Rod T. You know, I'm gonna give y'all some real hip hop music. You know, if you see me in a hip hop environment, I'm giving you real music. I'm giving you real, you know, real words. You know, I'm giving you straight up honesty. You know, if you see me out, holler at me. You know what I'm saying? If you're a real artist, if you're a real person, link up with me. You know, it is what it is.
Drop that Twitter on them one more time.
Twitter is twitter.com/@_RodT. That's where you can reach me at.
All right. Well, again, I'd like to thank you for sitting down with Opulent. Wish you nothing but the best, prosperity and wealth in this business. And I'm also, you know, extending my hand out if you ever need anything. You know, don't be afraid to hit us up. You know what I'm saying? I'm all about helping those who first will help themselves, and second, I can buy into their brand, and you got me. You know what I'm saying? So, man.
Granddaddy died, I didn't cry and I didn't go. My cousin died, I didn't cry cause I didn't know. Didn't show a sign of emotion. At the time I was hoping I cried, even tried to force it. Build a fortress around my soul so it made me nauseous. When she told me she pregnant, I told her to abort it. Told her I can't afford it. She asking me financially, I'm telling her no. I can't afford it cause I can't perceive love in its truest form. Broken and I can't believe I'm the man you need, and for that reason you can't conceive. I'm gracious, but at times I lose patience. My mood changes so fast, I'm two-faced.